who posed naked for a magazine while heavily pregnant? The answer was all of them.
Although, to be fair, the Heidi Klum picture looked like she had borrowed one of Fern Britton's dresses, so it's not all bad. But first, though, assuming you have got pregnant, what should you do with the bump? Specifically, should heavily pregnant women cover up or let it all bulge out? This weekend, I saw some sights on the beach. Women, and I don't mean this in a particularly mean way, but it's going to sound mean, women like whales staggering about in bikinis.
Whoa. Whales don't have legs, though.
When I ran for cover to a high street coffee shop, there were more. Bloated bellies framed by a skinny crop top and low-slung jeans, and close to bursting. And just so we're clear about this, you know, I'm not talking Colleen Rooney-sized bumps. I mean, who could complain about that? But I'm talking about ready-to-burst, waters-broken, ginormous lumps. A bit like... You're right, Imogen.
It's all too real there for me.
A bit like this snap we have of Jordan. OK, now you're with me. Or this one of Mel B. OK, actually, that's not so bad. But I would say the women I was seeing were bigger still. And it wasn't just me who didn't look like it, but my girlfriend. She looked like she was going to faint. While my mum kept saying, oh, it wasn't like this in my day. A recent survey of mums-to-be showed a significant minority, 35%, preferred to keep their baby bumps hidden. And my friend Nadine, she has an interesting approach. Not wanting to cover up on a holiday, she got us to body paint her lump instead. It was like a sort of Armageddon moment. That's her husband Coleman, by the way. So, Imogen,
yes.
If well, from now on, if you were to go on a holiday...
Are you suggesting I reach the gross phase?
I'm saying you're at the tipping point, and would you go with it all open?
I don't think it looks that pretty on the beach, I have to say. Although with my first pregnancy, I did wear a bikini, and now I look at the photographs and I just think, what were you thinking?
Well, what were you thinking?
I think there's a point where you have some sort of body dysmorphia and you think you look fabulous. I think the hormones kick in, and I genuinely think you look marvellous.
I'd like to say, you know, natural, wonderful, isn't nature great? I think I could just see it in my girlfriend's face. It's just like this sort of
I don't think it's so bad on the beach. I think if the Jordan photograph that we saw of her out in the high street in a crop top showing your stomach, I think it's kind of weird. It's almost like a sort of showing off thing. But also, why on earth would you want... Your instinct as a pregnant mother is to protect your belly, because, you know, so many things can happen to it. So my instinct, if I was walking along the high street, is to sort of cover myself up in order to look after it. I don't understand the idea of... it would make me feel very vulnerable. Very vulnerable to walk out. I think on the beach it's slightly different because you get all shapes and sizes on the beach. You get ropey old breasts hanging out from 60-year-old women or fat men in thongs. I mean, there's not a sort of... There isn't a... It's not a... You know, there isn't... You don't all have to look beautiful on the beach. I think in the high street it's kind of a weird thing to do.
Gail, were you an all-out-there kind of girl?
No. I looked like a Teletubby. I was ridiculous. I was so uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't mind, you know, if they do want to get their bellies out, it's fine. It's all up to the individual. But personally, I just wanted to keep covered. The only time I was so big, and it was during the summer, I got my ex-husband to blow up a massive paddling pool and filled it with cold water, and that's the only time I'd sit in my pants and a vest and just sort of... So you can imagine that beautiful sight in my back garden. So, no, I wouldn't. I just wanted to keep it all protected as well, and I just wanted to keep it to myself.
Steve, is it time to scour the beaches and rid ourselves of these whales?
This is not a fashion show. These are people who are on holiday, who spend their time covered up, who, probably if they're going abroad, they can't do it past 6-7 months anyway because you're not allowed to fly. For crying out loud, let people just go, you know what, have a bit of sun, you're away for a week.
That's not what you were saying earlier. You said you wanted all the fatties off the beach and everything.
I want fatties off the beach. I want big, hairy men off the beach and in my living room. Can I also say the reason we were looking horrified at the picture of Jordan wasn't her bump, it's her face. She looked like a freak. Nothing to do with the bump. The bump's the only natural thing about her. Look at it.
But but there is that culture of sort of showing off, and I remember those Spice Girls on stage with their crop tops and their bellies hanging out, and I kind of thinking that was a bit weird. So there's that sort of ostentatious pregnancy thing, and speaking of somebody who had terrible infertility problems, it is kind of difficult to look at women who are very, very showing off being pregnant.
Anyway. I feel I'm off the hook. Let's throw it open to you. What should we do with the bumps? Kirsty.
We have Amy on line 1, Matthew.
Amy, good morning.
Oh, you've upset me this morning.
Blame them.
I've got a nosebleed and I'm late for work.
Are you pregnant?
I'm 5.5 months pregnant.
That's all right. That's all right. It's when you're 7 months pregnant we don't want to see you.
No. I'm big, and my boobs are big, and I can't cover them. I can just contain them. And I went everywhere looking for a tankini that contains me. I'm going on holiday in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I've had my dose of caffeine this morning as well. I'm really sorry. And I found one, and it's repulsive, but it contains me for people like you. And now you've just shot my self-esteem out the water. I don't want people to have to look at me like that. But you know what? Why don't we just say, ugly people, stay off the streets. Stay inside.
That's what Steve was saying. That's what Steve was saying. He said it, not me. Don't try and make out it wasn't you. It was. Isn't it what you said? Are you going to lie? Commit perjury?
No, I'm not. No. But only really ugly people.
Amy, enjoy your holiday. I know, if you're going off in a couple of weeks, at least I know I won't be seeing you there. I'll be here. And get to work. You're late. Thank you very much for the call. Let's have another.
Jilly actually finds it revolting.
OK. Jilly?
Yeah.
OK, Jilly, good morning.
Good morning.
So you're a woman. Why do you find the sight of pregnant women revolting?
Well, I don't find it revolting if they wear long, baggy tops like they did when I was young. But I really don't wish to see great bare bellies hanging out with crop tops. You know, when they're walking around the shops.
Does it give you the EBGBs?
It really does.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder. I feel sick when I look at it. I think it's revolting.
Have you had children yourself?
No, no way. If I had children, believe me, I would have covered up my stomach. I think when women wear very tight clothes, it looks horrible. Why can't they just wear a nice pair of trousers, a nice loose top, and then they can walk around anywhere as far
Cover up the ankles.
Yes. Yes. And because we've got another talking point coming up earlier, I need to know, Ginny, how old are you?
I'm 62.
OK. I like your attitude. It's coming through loud and clear. Bless you. Thank you very much for the call. Just before we go to the ads, I almost forgot we have some more musical condom song suggestions from you. Hang on, I'm going to do that one next. That's the best one. Sam from Bristol. The tune has to be Go, Johnny, Go, Go, Go. The best one is definitely from Craig Hayes, Stand and Deliver by Adam and the Ants. Keep them coming. After the ads, make women have babies earlier.